What's going on, guys? Hope you all are doing fantastic today. In today's episode, we are going to be going over two of the newest releases from Navitus Parfums. We're also going to be continuing the Youtuber fragrance review series. Why? Because Navitus Parfums pumps out Youtuber fragrances like bunny rabbits pump out babies. The YouTuber on the chopping block today is going to be CJ, over at CJCity. And the fragrances that we'll be going over are Champagne Royale and Creme Imperial. Are they worth some hype, or did I waste a swipe? Stay tuned to find out. Cue that intro. What's going on, my beautiful fragrance family, and welcome back to My2Scents. My name is Brian, and this is the show all about boosting your confidence through the art of fragrance and becoming a lasting scent memory. Real quick, before we get into the review, I just want to ask you a quick question. I'm curious, would you like to see me do a weekly rotation episode? If you would, drop me some comments down below. If I get enough comments, I'm happy to do one. But I'm gonna ask you another question. Instead of just doing a normal weekly rotation like everybody else does, and you start seeing the same things popping up on their lists, what if I did this in My2Scents unique style? Maybe go through my entire collection in the course of a year. So every week is something different. Every day is something different. No repeats. Something different through the entire year. I've got enough fragrances to do almost a couple years. So what if I could pack it all into one? If you'd like to see that happen, leave me some comments down below, because I would definitely be like, challenge accepted. Also, I just want to thank all my wonderful subscribers. You guys are freaking best. I love every single one of you. This show is only 4.5 months old, and look at what we've done. Look at what we've done. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. We're about 100 away, and it's all because of you. I'm so blessed that you enjoy the content that I'm throwing at you. And keep it coming. Give me some inspiration. If you want to hear about something, let me know. If you are new to this channel, or you've been stopping by for a little while and you haven't subscribed yet, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of this beautiful fragrance family, because we would love to have you. If you enjoy fragrances, then you are in the right spot. If you enjoy the content that I'm throwing at you, throw me up one of these, because it helps my algorithm, it helps me get my 2 cents out there, and it helps the growth of this channel. I would much appreciate it. And don't forget, leave me some comments down below. Now that that's all out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into what up? Whiffs and sniffs. Okay, so CJCity is quite new to me. I actually didn't start watching CJCity until sometime last year during the pandemic. I stumbled upon his channel and I just really started enjoying watching his content, and I still do. And I was actually really pumped to hear that he was doing a fragrance, actually doing 2 fragrances. I really like CJ's style because he's like a no holds bar. He does not hold back. He tells it how it is. Actually, his reviews remind me of a very famous quote. Why is it that people who can't take advice always insist on giving it? If you can name where that quote came from or who said that quote, first person to comment with the right answer gets 5 extra points. And go. Don't Google it, though I'm sure you will. And go. Test drive is over, so let's go. So I'm going to go over a quick box presentation. I'm just going to show you one box because both boxes are exact same, and that's it. It's going to be real quick. Here's the box. It says Champagne Royale, Navitus Parfums. Ingredients on the back, Navitus Parfums on the bottom, Navitus Parfums there. It's got a sleeve. And then it opens up coffin style, like so. You have this nice silk lining, and then you have ingredients cards. Now, I have not read these ingredients cards since I got them. I didn't want anything to persuade me. I didn't want anything to tell me exactly what it's supposed to smell like, if it's going to be royal or loyal or blah, 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 blah. I'm going to leave the notes right here for you, and I'm also going to read this card for you. This is confident, magnetic, and royalty. Top notes: Sicilian lemon, Italian mandarin, French champagne accord, and Madagascar ginger. Heart notes: plum, iris, cypress, Ceylon cinnamon, nutmeg, and Egyptian geranium. Base notes: Canadian fir balsam, Gaiac wood, Virginian cedarwood, and leather. The perfumer on this is Julian Rascanet. He's done a lot of amazing fragrances. He's done a fragrance for Fredrick and Kenneth Cole, amongst so many other fragrance houses. And real quick, here is the bottle, and then amazing atomizers. So we'll give that nice good 3-4 sprays. So right off the top, right off the rip, that champagne accord. From the initial spray, my first spray, and every single spray, even just that spray, I'm like, whoa, because it's wowing. It's a wow factor champagne accord. It's nice and fresh and bubbly and effervescent. The champagne that it actually reminds me of is Veuve Clicquot. You're like, what? Veuve Clicquot, sweet yet dry and nice and sparkling. And that's accompanied with a really nice fresh citrus. Now you're gonna get the mandarin and lemon, but they're blended so well, I can't differentiate between the two. It's just a nice fresh citrus accord. Now I know it says it has ginger up top, but I don't get a whole lot of spicy ginger. There's just a pinch. Just a pinch of spice. It's more of just a fresh, juicy ginger, and it is blended very well. But that wow factor only lasts for about 15 minutes, if that. But I'll get into that here shortly. So as it starts drying down, the citruses kind of die off in the first about 20-25 minutes. Rolling into the heart, you're gonna get this iris and geranium. I don't get a whole lot of cypress. In fact, I don't get a whole lot of the woody characteristics that are in this fragrance. But it could be just the way that it's blended. You get this really nice, fresh, just slightly powdery iris with this really nice green, clean, fresh, slightly minty geranium with a little bit of cypress. I get a little bit of greenness from the cypress. It's a little resinous, a little balsamic, and that's when it starts warming up. But it stays fresh, really fresh. In fact, from the top to the bottom of this fragrance, it's very fresh. And this is where I go back to that but. As it starts drying down and that wow factor kind of fades, it's because it kind of goes from wow to into the very dry down. It's like, Because it's not that it's not good, it's actually really good. It just becomes more, instead of like a niche fragrance, it's more just like a high-end luxury designer fragrance. It's of niche quality, but more just a mass appealing fragrance. It's not challenging whatsoever, which is really good if you're not looking for a challenging fragrance. This is something that everybody can enjoy. It's a really good fragrance in that aspect. And when it becomes just a skin scent, that's when I start getting the woodiness. I get a little bit of the woody characteristics from it, just a little bit. But again, it stays nice and fresh, and it has some nice sweet facets. So up top, you get the sweetness from the citrus, and as it dries down, get some sweetness from the iris and the geranium, and then the base, you get this kind of semi-woody, but clean cedar and guaiac wood. So CJ said that he wanted to create a fresh, long-lasting fragrance. Well, on my skin, I get between 6 and 8 hours. But we're gonna have to meet in the middle on this one and do the Derek for real here. I'm gonna have to say 7, and here's why. The first hour, I get really nice sillage. And then it just kind of starts soaking into my skin further and further and further. It's like every hour, it gets closer and closer and closer to my skin. The 8th hour, I can't smell it anymore. I literally have to go nose deep to smell it. But this is a very versatile fragrance. It's not overpowering. It's not overwhelming. It's great for office settings. It's great for anywhere from casual to dressed up, suit and tie. I wouldn't necessarily call it royal smelling. It is luxury smelling, like a nice high-end luxury designer fragrance, because it's extremely mass appealing. It's a really good fragrance. Now let's do Creme Imperial. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the notes up here for you. All right, so this is alluring, elegant, and captivating. Top notes, Sicilian lemon, Indian jasmine sambec. Heart notes, plum, Irish, Turkish rose, Ceylon cinnamon, and Egyptian geranium. It's got a lot of the same top and heart notes. Base notes, velvet jasmine accord, guaiac wood, Laotian benzoin, and Virginian cedarwood. So here's the bottle. And again, the same awesome atomizer. It is also pressure sensitive, which is great. So spoiler alert, this is my favorite out of the two. In this one, the mandarin in it is juicy and sweet right up top. And you're also gonna get like this fruitiness from the jasmine sambec. Also, I get the plum. Champagne Royale, no plum. I don't also get any nutmeg or cinnamon in Champagne Royale. I meant to say that, but I don't get any of that. Now this one is more of my liking because Champagne Royale is a little linear. It kind of, like I said, it just stays fresh the entire time. There's not a whole lot of change except the very beginning. This one is more along the lines of the schnozberries taste like schnozberries and the strawberries taste like strawberries. You really get that everlasting gobstopper effect all the way through, like it's changing, and I like that. And yes, this one is more unique, but I'll get to that but here shortly. After about 10 minutes, you start getting into the heart notes, and you're gonna start picking up on a little bit of that rose. The plum starts getting more fruity. You start getting this really nice iris, and the iris in this is not powdery. The iris is more velvety, silky, and delicate. It's really nice. It's like a sweet aromatic silkiness. It's really, really well done. The rose is not a big player. It just sits in the background, and it's not your jammy rose. It's not predominant. It's not overtaking the fragrance whatsoever. It just adds some sweet aromatic touches to the composition. My favorite part about this fragrance, it starts out bright, citrusy, fruity, fresh, and then it warms up quite quickly and continues getting warm, which makes this a great date night fragrance. This is a great going out of the town, special occasions. Now it says it's like a signature scent, and I wouldn't really consider this a signature scent. Champagne Royale, 100% signature scent worthy. This one is more like your ace in your back pocket. This is something you pull out when you're going on those special date nights or special occasions. This one, as you get further into the dry down, is when I start getting those really nice, sweet, soft woods. And it's soft. It's not harsh whatsoever. It's not earthy or punchy whatsoever. It's done very, very well. All the notes in this fragrance and in Champagne Royale are blended very well. But now I'm going to go back to my but. Even though this is a unique fragrance, it still reminds me of a high-end luxury designer fragrance, which is fine because it's way more mass appealing. It's a fragrance that definitely anybody could enjoy. And this one definitely, Creme Imperial is definitely unisex. I would personally love smelling this on a woman, though I wouldn't say that Creme Imperial is a full-fledged gourmand. It's more of like a fruity, sweet aromatic that's done very well. It's a very well-balanced fragrance, but it does remind me of one fragrance. It reminds me of Byron Parfums, the Chronic Rouge, except not as sweet. Now, the Chronic Rouge, I only have a decant of it. I've been testing it out here lately. It's just a little overly sweet. I don't think I'm going to pick it up just because I love the Chronic. The Chronic, the original, is freaking awesome. Creme Imperial is a lot like actually kind of both of those fragrances, but done differently, and in my opinion is a little bit more mass appealing and easier to wear. So if you tend to lean more towards those mass appealing designer fragrances, Champagne Royale, perfect for you. 100%. If you're more into niche and unique fragrances, some things that kind of give you a challenge, Champagne Royale could still work in your collection. You just might not gravitate towards it as much. The ingredients are incredible. That champagne accord will always wow me. Always. It is so freaking good. The rest of the fragrance, it's really good. Creme Imperial is a great fragrance. If you're looking for two fragrances that can really do it all, these two fragrances can do it. Champagne Royale is highly versatile. I believe could be worn all year round because even though Champagne Royale is fresh, it dries down nice and warm and inviting. As Creme Imperial, it starts out nice, fruity, sweet, and fresh, and then starts warming up with that sweetness, and you get that woodiness, and it's very well balanced. So you have your highly versatile signature scent, then you have your special occasion date night fragrance. But these two fragrances, though they are unique, they're extremely mass appealing, just like what designer fragrances are set out to do, but at a niche quality. Okay, now let's talk about cost. I picked these up and I got them for buy one, get one free. So you're looking at less than $100 per bottle. For 195 bucks for 200 mLs, that's a fantastic price. So for me, you know, they lean kind of more on that high-end luxury designer fragrance. You're not gonna find high-end luxury designer fragrances for less than 100 bucks for 100 ml. Go over to Navitus Parfums now if you're interested and get both for the price of one, which is freaking awesome. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all my subscribers. I stinking love you guys. Don't forget, this weekend is my birthday bash, so we're gonna have a lot of fun, and I'm gonna be spending it with you, my fragrance family. I'm also gonna be spending it with my actual family and all my friends, but you as well. So that's it for me. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's episode, then do me a favor. I'd appreciate it if you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, you are stinking beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.